Lord, you would always just instill in us to do the very best we can, in all we do, and every decision we make. We ask you just be with us through the rest of the meeting and lead, guide, and direct us in everything we do and say. Of course, in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next on the agenda is approve the minutes for February 13th, 16th, March 3rd. Need a motion?
Second motion.
Need a second? All vote. Next, approve the financials.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All vote. Next, we met earlier, nobody showed up, approved the closure of the portion of Holly Hill Road. We need a motion to close that road.
I'll make a motion.
Need a second?
I'll second.
All vote. Next, discuss deep patching on Bridgeport Church Road. I don't know if any of y'all have been out that way. We've been getting a lot of calls. What it is, being wet, and they hauling all that dirt to the railroad spur out there. And they, from Bridgeport Church back up to where they're coming out on the road, they have destroyed that one side. Several places that, and I know this road is coming up for resurfacing. Before they can resurface, all that's got to be patched. We went out there and stopped them when we saw that it was tearing it up, or asked them to go out to Philadelphia Church Road, which is a lot better road, and they tore up two places on it we got fixed, but they're still running this road. Hopefully they're about through with it.
They're taking to the church road and then going over on the road.
They turning on our gravel.
All right, great one. Okay.
Coming out to the Diamond Highway on our gravel, they get the dirt off of Brantley Road,
Yeah.
where it breaks from Church Road. And then they going down and getting, well, it's Brantley Road back the other way. But we got a couple of spots on it. They've been calling up here, a lot of calls, and we put some slow signs, which that's just asking people to slow down. Y'all know how that works, but we need to, I don't know, I guess we'd have to get bids on that, to look at that. But this is something that we need to get done. It's, I would say it's emergency. It needs to be done.
Just we're going to put bids in
It is an awful.
How much you told them? I haven't been up.
If we deep patch it, we're just gonna do the bad spots.
I mean, roughly, how many?
Oh, they probably in a mile in all of it. That's just spotted places, probably big as this table, that just crumbled up, and people's complaining about this in cars and everything, which I don't see how it can. I mean,
We had some, since you come on, that Doug had got with somebody, I think, in Coffee County, that they were going to do some, the Henson Landing Road, they were about 8 roads. You remember anything about it this year? I don't know, I can find the list. I had Bridgeport, but that before store up this
Yeah.
day.
This has just happened since they started hauling this dirt with that, and it's on the low shoulder where they're coming out heavy. But it's awful. I had Earl go out and put up some.
Yeah, that's probably
and something.
the Kitchen Landing Road also.
Yeah, well, we got to fix it, I'm gonna get it today.
Yeah, I've been to it.
I've been to it, it was on that list there. Let me look it up and I'll call you in the morning. And I probably can come up with it. I think that's 7 roads on it. And I think there's some on, I think there were 2 spots on it. I can remember, I mean, that's been probably a couple of years ago, but I probably can find the paperwork and I'll let before you call him. And we had had somebody to give us a price on it. We'd be, you don't find everybody wants to come and detach or
Right.
in the
Well,
spot
the
patch.
man's truck's what tore it up. He ought to be, and he ought to give us a big break. But that don't mean he will.
I agree with you.
I mean, we've asked him not to do right on it, to do it other way, but they still don't.
Well, I have people before we redone the Dr. Tucker Road, and they was fussing about log trucks coming down.
But they got to, sometimes they
I
have to.
told them they can't buy helicopters and carry wood to
That's right.
me. And now, I'm not, a lot of it, if we didn't prepare at the bottom of them roads before we were trying to see how much we could get paid, and we didn't put a good foundation.
Well,
And
this is
then
the
we've
whole.
been getting, yeah, but we've been getting a lot of rain, and got rains in the ditch, where that water level
Right,
comes up,
soft.
it's gonna be
And
soft.
that's what happened, it
Yeah,
just
yeah.
actually, it just,
Foundation.
the foundation, and that's why it's got the deep patch. Even before they could go in there and resurface it, they still would have to do this.
I mean, we could ask Jordan, and meet with him and tell him to do it, and see, and
Like I say, you know, that dirt ain't gonna get out and get over here if you don't haul it.
that's
You
true.
know,
And how much more you think they may like in
they were supposed to have been through
there?
weeks
Week
ago,
before
and then
last.
they started right back.
Well, I understand that they're going further and, you know, I understood the part that they were fixing on the other side of the railroad, we fixing on this side of the railroad, and they thought a week and a half ago that they were pretty close to getting through, and now they decided they're gonna, they paid for it, I mean, it ain't the county, but they paid for it, they're gonna make it bigger in 2 lanes. And that's what I've heard, I haven't went over and looked at it.
Hopefully on the road that we do it, they supposed to, these 2 trucks to come in and help us. And they gonna pay for that, hopefully they, in 2 weeks, or told me, hopefully 2 weeks. But you know how that goes, weather, and it ain't nothing but a whole lot. But if we're gonna look in on that, I would appreciate it, because it is, we're getting a lot of calls, a lot of complaints on it, and I did write out there, it is dangerous. One of them, 2 of them places on the curve, it could cause, but we do have slow signs out there right
Bottom line is, we can get the bids, we gotta make sure we got the money.
now. That's right.
We're gonna have to pay for it when we get through. If we need to come out of the 2006 loss, did we ever transfer? We hadn't moved that money yet. See, it was voted in as roads. And, but now before I do something, I'm gonna make sure, we're gonna have to call somebody. But I understand, well, I've talked to everybody, once that you clear out, everything in 2006 got paid up, and it did. And then what's left over, then you can put on the debt, and the debt has to be over a year old. You can't make a debt and then turn around and pay it. But then I say, we need more clarification than what I can tell everybody, and don't take my word for it. But I think that we can, do it out of this one. The LMIG money won't be here till after, June, right? Yeah, I think it's June or July.
What about the T-Splosh?
The T-Splosh is already set up on roads it has to do. There's a tier 1, a tier 2, and a tier 3.
On the
And
T-Splosh.
on the T-Splosh money.
This is all we got right here,
No.
the T-Splosh right now, right?
Yeah, but now they'll be putting some more in June, I believe June or July. But that's all put down, but we still couldn't, if the road wouldn't, you put the roads and you classify, and if you got them in T1, I'm on that board that we will let you transfer, but if you try to transfer a road that's, over $40,000 more than the road that you had in T1, because the money's coming in shorter than we thought it was. And it never is gonna be paid out in 3. We're gonna be about 28 to 30% low.
Right.
And, so that's why if somebody was to take a road that's real bad and move it out of 1 and put it over toward 3, it ain't probably never gonna get done.
I'll try to get them not vote for that text.
And, I'm pretty sure that we can do it out of this 2006. And, but we need to,
Check in on.
check in on it, make sure it's legal and everything's above board.
We just make a motion to get some bids first. Then?
Yeah, because it take 30 days to get the paperwork drew out and send them out, and then for them to come back in, and then for us to accept them, and then for them to do it. I mean, with that deep patching, maybe it won't be as long for somebody getting over here to do it as it would be to come in and pay the road. It's talking about Joey, he's supposed to be going out here to Omaha and doing that one that he left over there next year. He ain't never went done.
So I guess we need a motion to advertise for bids for deep patching.
I'll make a motion.
Need a second? All vote. Next is the open seal bids for roll-off containers. We sent out bids for seal bids for these roll-off containers to 4 different people here, and we only got one bid back. This bid is from Lewis Steel Works in Renton. For 8 30-yard roll-off containers, $26,360.
26 one.
360.
Is that what it was before?
Yeah. Is it,
Him and, what was that?
is
That
that,
wasn't sealed, it's passed around.
is that delivered? We know.
I didn't think it-
Oh.
You sent out bids, did it say delivered?
I don't know what that is.
Is there advertising in there?
Yeah, they are.
Have a spec sheet on
They've just spec sheet, that's not.
it. Spec sheet, but
It was a
yes, a
spec
bid
sheet.
sheet. But now, I think I asked this in the last meeting, and because the time before he was not going to deliver, and we could get, 4, like 22, 23 foot long, we could get 4 on it, a truck. But we got one bid anyway, so, sure, and talk with Louis about it.
Right.
He's on this one that sent the bid in. I make a motion, but we need to go ahead and get back on Hollisburg as soon as we can. I make a motion to accept it.
Need a second?
I'll second.
Wait just a minute, is all these gonna go to Hollisburg community? All these containers?
Be 8 hours.
But they already 3 out there. And, so I think they're gonna be 8 or 6, they may be 6. I really don't know how they got it through over here. But if it did, they'd be 3 out there to go somewhere else.
We need at least 2 that are not filled, I mean, it's running over today. All right, you made a second.
Yes.
All vote. Next is open seal bids on striping at recreation department, Waterfield. We got two, we got one from Robertson Industrial, Douglas Asphalt, we got three, and one from Bulldog Contract. One from Robertson Industrial is 14,278. Douglas Asphalt, $18,200. Bulldog, Australia, 14,650. Oh, they can't see it, that's Wooten contracting, 12,800.
Moving this week, get Richardson next week. Douglas.
Y'all wanna look over these and
Who done the schools? Carolina?
You talking about the new one that's out there in front of the ball, where the city or the school that's
They
there?
just redone something.
The city, the work that's done there in front of the football field, and where you used not to, what lane get in, and that's the Bulldog. But not that.
I'm talking, they just done some parking lots, so.
Okay.
Like what we're talking about.
Start that.
y'all looked them over and, Woodson Construction with the chief. Are y'all familiar with this work? Are y'all okay with that?
No, no.
Make this work, he's the one done school, is that what we're saying? Yeah, but that's it done.
Well, I need a motion to accept him as a low bidder.
I'll make a motion.
I need a second. All vote. Next, approve E&Rs for Jeff Davis County, Woody Fulton Ford, Jimmy Bryant, for Jimmy and Brent Frank. These is all, I think y'all have it in your packets. They've all been took care of. What happened, Woody Fulton Ford had, somehow, their paperwork got sent up here, and they have given you the in your packet where he has paid it, Tackton County. And all this has been took care of, so we need a motion to accept it.
This county picked it up, like Fort Flex was here, wasn't it, last year? He paid the taxes in Baxter, because they received year for the
Right.
same year, so I make the motion to accept.
All vote. Approve the purchase of bulletproof vests for the sheriff's department. You have copies of this in your packets.
The same person, it was that, Jimmy and Brent. So that's Jim Dexter, they were trailer.
What that was, and
All we voted on was Woody, we gotta go back to number 10.
Go back to number 10.
Yeah,
what it was Mr. Brewer bought a piece of
the
property.
long road.
And there was a trailer located on it, but it had been foreclosed on the year before. The mortgage company just had not come and moved the trailer. And so he was taxed for that trailer, even though Green Tree owned it. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. DeSouza, but Green Tree, or somebody had paid the taxes in Coffee County. Am I wrong? Is that correct?
Correct.
Making a motion, we release it.
In a second. What about the one in Jeff Davis County that sent property besides Hardy? It's not.
Very first.
Yeah, it's in there.
I thought it meant DNR's for Jeff Davis
Oh,
County.
We don't need it.
Going to this. The
I didn't
county
think so,
owned,
no.
property besides Hardy.
I never done
You
it.
familiar?
County owns that,
Who?
and apparently the name was not changed when it was done. Mr. Patel
Where
came
is
in.
that?
Pardon me?
Where is that located?
Right beside Hardy's over here.
Okay, that's swap. Everyone was swap.
Oh, okay, yeah,
For the
those are,
restaurant.
all right, what happened there is, we took, when the library was, out on we owned where the library is now, and, Joe Fraser money took, and we got hauled oil. And hauled oil, we swapped the library,
Okay.
the land that they built library on there for that there. And then when Bob Wiggins come in, they couldn't get the road by in the red light in there going to the big house to line up. And the 341 and the state did not agree
Right.
for it to be there. And he bought where Patel owned the office and all on the motel, and they bought it, and we traded less than, I believe it was, 5/10 of an acre, a little over half acre. And we got over an acre. We never owned the driveways going into the big house. And now we own the driveways and that empty lot where they had it this weekend. And back, well, there's a picture of it here, we had a picture in ours. And,
Okay.
yeah, and we swapped that land
Right.
for it, and, so, or, yeah, we need to go back, we didn't do this, Jimmy and Brent, have we?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did it.
All we like is.
All we like to county.
And I need a motion on that, so,
Make the motion.
say, all vote. Now you to appoint Dr. Kirk, sir.
No, we got to go back to the best now.
Oh, yeah. Approve the purchase of approved vest, y'all have that also in your packet, it's 17. I guess for they got two sheriffs here, he can explain it better than we can. You've got what they call a 3,
A level 3 and a level 2.
and a level 2.
They're telling us that we, can I see one of you, the quotes? They're telling me, I should have brought mine, we really don't need the level 3, according to what Dawes was telling us and this other company from Quartermaster, is that they guarantee the level 2 with the trauma plate to be just as resistant as the level 3. But, you know, y'all want a couple of different quotes, and that's the reason we got it. So there is a little bit of difference in the price of the level 3, but, you know, they say that the level 2 with the trauma plate is their, you know, number one seller.
Do they say though now, is that qualified for y'all,
Yes, sir.
standard
And that's actually what the ones we've got now
is level 2?
is the level 2 through Second Chance. But they're just more expensive, you know, through another company, they're more expensive. And Gauls and Quartermaster, you know, their guarantee is the same as the Second Chance, you know, with the trauma plate. But that's, I'm satisfied with it. Because the Second Chance vest, the last one that was bought about 9 years ago, that's what they were, level 2 with the trauma plate. And so that's I'll be satisfied with that.
So we need a motion.
So the $1,530 difference between the two. So,
It ain't the $1,500 something difference between you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, that's right, about like 100 and some odd, you know, right around $100, less for the.
about $8, but I mean, we know, just because it says 3 and it's another, we know they is good, right? I mean,
Oh,
we're
I'm
gonna
saying
spend
too.
that kind of money,
That's right. I
then
mean,
for
yeah,
$1,500 more dollars.
that's
And-
right.
And then my next question, do you have it in the budget, or?
No, sir. We've never budgeted for, you know, we've never budgeted for vets. Like I say, it's been,
7, 8 years?
yes, sir.
All the vests you got now, Sheriff, is out of date, correct?
Yes, sir. And I think that they actually, the warranty or it runs out. When you buy this vest, I think it's 4 years, that it expires, just like a car seat. So, you know,
So if somebody got shot, and if they lived there and the date's on it, then they're not responsible.
that's right. That company won't be responsible for if anything happens, if it's past that expiration date. It's just like car seats, so. You know, the company's gonna tell you, and the company will tell you that that vest is still gonna stop that bullet, but that's not gonna save you, you know, in a lawsuit if somebody gets killed. You know, that's what they're gonna tell you is that, just like you put your child in a seat that's expired, you know, if something happens to that child, you know, they can be held. So that's the,
Do you have a preference for either one of these companies?
I think both of them that they're good, both of them good companies, so that's the, you know, we feel good with Gauls and Quartermaster. we've talked to several agencies and one kind of tit for tat.
Preston, would y'all be willing to, order one offline and see if it's the same material?
Well, we're not gonna be able to tell.
You know?
No, sir, we won't be able to tell, you know, if we get a vest in, just like with these, you know, we're at the mercy of what the specs are on it. We're not gonna be able to tell. I hope, the only way we're gonna be able to tell is to shoot it, and I hope that never happens.
Right.
So we, you know, there won't be anything that we can try, or, you know,
Right.
say we tried it for 30 days and it'll hold up, but then we're,
I would go on with the level 3 if it was left up to me, sure.
well, that's not gonna hurt our feelings, but we just got the quotes on both of them, the 2 and the 3. You know, we'd definitely rather have the best, but, you know, we just got y'all something to work with.
Right.
It'd be a lot cheaper than lawsuit.
That's right.
Well, the reason I say that is, I got a good friend that's in this kind of work, and he says, hey, level 3 is what you need.
Yes. Well,
Up
since,
in Atlanta.
you know, since in the last 6 weeks, and one time being today, I sent 4 guys in the woods after 3 people that they said that they possibly had weapons. And their guy I had to send in the woods had a vest. So, you know, I think that,
I'd still be wearing them overs. I got you.
well, some don't even have them, you know, period.
We don't have-
They ain't about 3 deputies that's got the old vest.
Oh, okay.
So, there's very few of them that's out there that's even still got the old ones.
But all the, what about the city?
I have no idea.
You don't know?
No, sir.
So it'd be nice if we could ask what you had to do. On this one,
Except for this deputy, I mean,
must have something. Yes, I would say.
And I really don't know how would be the best way to try to plan for this in the future, because we know when you buy one in 4 years, it's gonna expire. And so I really don't know how to plan for this. You know, we're gonna talk and see, and maybe y'all can come up with some pointers about having to try to work it in the budget from this point on, you know, to have it when it comes up. But if you buy so many now, you know, you haven't got to worry about it, unless we just wait every 4 years and stick it in that year's budget, you know, for replacement, vest replacement.
This 17, you need, that gives everybody, like Leroy, every deputy that you got one.
Yes, sir.
And what you gonna do if they don't wear them?
Well, if they don't wear them, it's in our policy. If they don't wear them, if something happens to them, they don't have it on, then the officer can't come back to sue the county or the sheriff's office or me, you know, for not providing them one. Our policy says that, you know, that it's part of their safety equipment, just like their seat belts or whatever, but as long as we do our part in providing them, I think it takes the liability off the county that.
Be sure you probably check and see.
It's gonna have to, if it's not in his budget, it's gonna have to come out of his budget.
Yeah, there's money in contingency that doesn't get, you know,
Check on
yes.
that. I think we need to go ahead and order them myself.
So we need a motion
I'll make a
for
motion.
purchase.
Which one?
The 3,
Level 3, if it was me for $1,500 more, I'd go with level 3, but I'll go with either one, whichever one y'all.
From which county? Gulf?
go, that's the cheapest.
Which one's the cheapest?
Dollars, that's made the same thing.
Was he satisfied with either one? He said both.
Yeah.
So maybe you make the motion that we weren't purchasing goals for.
Right, Point Blank's a good one, anyhow.
these, do they know, how you gonna tell which side?
I didn't
How
understand.
you gonna tell the size? They gonna come measure them, or?
I think we'll have to do the measuring and email them a list of the measurements, and then they will, you know, ship them according to that.
Sheriff, what we gonna do if you got a little petite man like me?
We got that problem.
Huh?
We got that problem, right?
And, know what I'm saying, and then the next man is a big man. So, you know what I'm saying, that vest ain't gonna work for him, right?
I think everyone's gonna have no vest, and they gonna measure them for the size they are now.
I'm talking about a petite man with.
Yeah, that's gonna be it.
I'm sure these things is probably.
You're gonna just have to hire a big man.
You might
Size.
hire people to say that.
Well, they do, I mean, usually,
They'll give a little.
they'll adjust to a certain point, they're very, you know, they approach from, you know, from on the sides. And, so they have got some flexibility with that.
So Jerry's made a motion, I need a second.
I'll say.
All vote. Next, appoint Dr. Kurt to serve on board for the health to replace Dr. Bixby. Got a motion, need a second.
I'll second.
All vote.
When you vote.
Yeah.
Next is to approve beer license for Satilla One Stop. There was a problem last, they've got it straightened out. Yeah.
This ain't the one we talked about.
That you talking about, they thought they were just pursuing the license.
Right.
Come back and pay this.
Yeah, he had already,
And it comes from the park that was 5 miles away, that's less than 100 foot away, the church. I think they got a mile, but it's about a half mile, but whatever.
They were grandfather, was that what they were saying? What I read?
Yeah, it was grandfathered in because the store was there before the park was there.
we need a motion,
So they agreed to pay the renewal, I mean, already paid.
But then they're gonna have to pay.
They've met all requirements and willing to pay it. I mean, the county's unvoted to do that, so I make a motion to accept.
Need a second, all vote. Next, Commissioner Jerry Wood will discuss Knoxville communities.
We got a top leaking on that community building down at Snipesville. And, we're just asking the county if it will, it's county building anyhow. We're willing to pay half of it if the county will pay the other half. And if, how much is it, 16, we got a 1960. Yeah. And, we just asking the county, if not, it's gonna run the building. It's leaking inside. There where we always eat. So I'm just gonna bring it before y'all. And see if if the county would be willing to help. It's really county building anyhow, it's not.
That's 980, is that what that is? At 1969.
And y'all do pay the light bill, doesn't
We
you?
pay
Y'all
a
do all
lot,
that,
we
you
cut
got it.
grass, yeah.
Any discussion, I need a motion, we pay the 81,
Be 980.
980. I need a motion, need a second,
I'll say.
all those,
Just so I'm clear, is your motion to pay up to 980 or is your motion to pay half? 'Cause
Motion
if
to
they-
pay $980.
Okay.
We got a bill here.
I want to make sure we're clear that it didn't come back, the bill get higher.
Thank you.
Next is discuss closing a portion of Carter Noble Circle requested by Roger Williams. They have brought y'all got any packets? This road goes by his business, nobody, he owns property, I guess, on both sides, up to where the line is drawn, and, he's asking for a road closure on that. Did he talk to you about the other road that he's been paying taxes on, and he's gonna, he's giving it to the county? He won't pay tax on that road.
Where is it?
This,
Yeah, we have to talk about it later, because they don't send it, but we have to come in and have it, you have to have it surveyed out, or something, if it's touching board, it's like,
We don't.
I don't know anything about it, we can't talk about it.
Well, it can come up if you want to, since it's got something to do with it.
I think must be done took care of. I mean, we've been taking care of the road for years. I thought it was a county road. I guess we have to run this in the paper, but we don't do that. I guess that's what, we asking the motion to advertise it.
Well, we have to find a reason to see if they can count, no reason to keep it open, no public reason to keep it open, because you're not private voting access. That's what you're.
So we need a motion to ask for that. Get that.
Make a motion.
Need a second? All vote. Next, we're gonna table it for further information. And then we're gonna go into executive session, discuss personnel and litigation on real estate.
I'll make a motion, we table number 16.
Got a second?
So,
All vote. Now we're going to executive session.
What about
Make a
17?
motion, I make a
we're gonna reverse into,
We're gonna reverse, that's what.
we're gonna discuss it in executive session.
you make a motion,
I'll make a motion.
second.
All vote.
I just want to let y'all know that I appreciate y'all doing that. I know since the middle of last year, we submitted 3 requests to the county administrator about these beds. And so what happened with it, wasn't ever taken up, and so I appreciate y'all taking it up and dealing with it.
You want to-
After discussion, talking about, I need a motion to go back to regular session.
I'll make a motion.
Need a second?
Second.
All vote. After discussion on the appointment administrator, we come together after a lot of discussion, and I make a motion that we accept Gary Falk as administrator of Davis County. I need a second.
I second.
All vote. Next, public comment.
You got opposed?
Any public comments?
I do, I have a couple questions. The first one is, the restriping at the recreation department. How's that when we pay, with their splosh money?
I guess so.
Out of their
It's coming out
splosh?
of their spot.
And do y'all have an update on the EMS evaluation?
They were supposed,
I'll go with
okay, they were supposed to come first of the month, and Dave Wills called back and said something came up, and they was gonna be here the last week of the month, I think, wasn't it this year?
They're coming April the 20th to meet, I think it's April 20th meeting. They'll meet with y'all, and then they'll meet back with y'all on that Wednesday. But they hadn't got all the material that they asked for. I've got my stuff together, but I'm waiting on
You
Ronnie
mean,
and Kathy.
now the day, no, April 20th, the
Mhm.
conference is gonna be going? If they, I'm coming home that Sunday because our regular meeting that, well, I was gonna take 2 classes, but I know we got our regular meeting.
Nobody else, I don't think is going, except
Okay.
that I just told them.
So they should be coming back on April the 20th and meet with us in our regular meeting, give us a layout of what they're going to do. And then they go and work with Ronnie and them and do their work for 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, and then come back Wednesday afternoon and meet with us again. Tell us about it.
All right, I have one other clarification. During the meeting a while ago, on item number, let me find it, bear with me. Item number 13. Brad made the motion, Jerry seconded it, Wayne, you abstained? Okay. Steve, did you vote? Okay, so it's a 2-2 vote, correct?
I don't have a vote.
I didn't see him vote, that's why I wanted a clarification.
In my position, I can't vote for that. We can bring it back at least for next month.
Next time I need to say it first.
But I didn't raise my hand.
Then you sustain.
Well, I seen him ask Wayne, but I didn't see any further, so I just wanted some clarification.
Are you opposing or you sustaining?
Opposed.
Well, that's true.
I ain't never voted on one. I don't have a problem with my position in a church.
And I understand that,
This has done been passed.
Yeah,
but the voters is unpassed.
that's right.
I mean, all we said is she met the qualification. Or they met the qualification.
I ain't got a problem with it. I mean, if you need my vote, I'll vote yeah. Leave it like it is, like you got it.
I don't believe we can go back.
That's it.
But I've never voted on real. They never had to, they always passed it. Anything else?
I throw,
Any more public comments? No. Just need to adjourn.
Steve, I had that same problem, and I made you vote to get vote for that one night. And I went home and talked
I don't
to my
have a
preacher.
problem with it.
I went home and talked to my preacher the next day, and I told him how I felt about it. And that I would never ask somebody, I called him, he would apologize to me, because he didn't want to either. And I said you were going to.
Well, I don't have a problem, and I preach it, I'll say, yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with it, it's working. I ain't got a problem with it.
When we're gonna get better with the city.
Yeah.
So that we'll be, about the golf course and everything. Yeah, that's right.
I did.
I got me trying to put the time.
Me and Steve and Jerry voted for it, one voted against.
sorry, but I had to have that clarified.
I thought I seen approved.
What we gonna do on that rate? Me and him done talked.
They say I do.
I guess we can probably put y'all fill out the form and we will sign it.
See you later.
It's Gary.
Take care.
I've been saving it.
There you go, make your ear ring.
Start back to school, start shooting around the rubber band.